What's up, everyone? It's E-Money, your BFFF. So, hey, look, one of the biggest questions that we get is, hey, when should I expand? Am I okay to expand? It's the scariest thing that a lot of healthcare owners have to confront because, look, you're either going up or you're going down. You're never going to go sideways. You're going to have to confront expanding. But it's very important that you know the indicators that allow you to expand with a lot more ease. And there are some, and myself and Eric Gersh go over, I believe there's like 6 or 7 different indicators that you would want to make sure are in place to allow you to expand with a lot more ease and to allow the expansion to occur without you having to fight, without you feeling like you're stressed, and most importantly, without running out of money. So please listen to it. And as always, if you like this episode, please share it with another healthcare owner that you know that could use assistance in this. We are definitely taking on new clients, and we want new clients. And we want to make sure that whether you're an associate or whether you're an owner, you get premier financial advice. Go to our website, econologicsfinancialadvisors.com. You can download a number of resources. You can schedule a call. You can take an assessment. There's not a lack of things that you can do, and you need to. You owe it to yourself. Be a good friend to yourself. Going into the next year, you're going to need to have some kind of a plan if you're going to have financial success, and that's what we want for you guys. Okay, enjoy the podcast. I'll see you guys on the next one.
I'm on a mission to help 200,000 practice owners achieve financial freedom. I'm Eric Miller, author of How to Become a Financial Beast. Download my free book today, A Practice Owner's Guide to Personal and Business Wealth You Never Thought Possible.
All right, we're back.
We are.
Well, nice shirt you got there. Looks like you're going golfing.
It is a golf shirt.
It's a 100% that's a golf shirt.
Yeah.
It accentuates your skin color. Nice job.
Thank you. Yeah. A compliment this time.
Yeah.
That's a 180 from our last one.
You have good color. I don't know what it is that you did to recover from the good color. That's a good color. Okay, so we're going into the actually, it doesn't even matter where you're at in the year, but something that always comes up with healthcare owners and business owners in general is expansion. And expansion is obviously it's something that everyone seems to strive for. I meet very few people that just all of a sudden think that, hey, you know what? I just want to stay the status quo. Although there are some out there.
There are, but most everyone wants to grow.
Yeah, most everyone wants to grow. You want to expand, and you're going to have to, because unfortunately, you cannot go sideways for very long. I mean, you can try it maybe for a couple of years, but at some point in time, you're going to get pressure. And you're either going to go up or you're going to go down.
Yep.
It's just that simple.
Yep.
So you're just never going to go sideways. Like if you wage yourself every single day, I mean, the scale may say the same, but over time, you're either going to go up or you're going to go down. Okay. It's just, it seems to be a fundamental law of nature.
It is.
And so it's not something that you should even bother to try to fight. It's like, okay, I would rather go up. Okay, I'd rather go up. And when you're in a business, obviously one of the things that you could have come across is there's going to be a point in time where you're going to have to look at expansion. Now, when I say expansion, I guess we should probably define that. So let's define it first as, let's assume that everybody has a facility.
Yep.
Most people do. Okay. And that facility has a certain capacity to deliver your services, whatever they are. Yep. Okay. So the first order of business is to get that facility to its capacity. Yep.
Yeah, where you're basically seeing close to or as many patients as you reasonably can in the space you have.
Yes. And not just you.
You and your staff, your associates, just
Yeah.
your business in general is seeing as many patients as it can.
Yeah. So when someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I want to expand."
Yep.
I want to expand. Like, to me, my first question always was to them, well, are you at max capacity in your current facility?
Yep.
Okay. And because I've seen plenty of people that said that we're not at max capacity. They were like, I don't know, like 50% at max capacity. But they're like, but the reason I'm not doing well here is because if I got that other location over there, then I would be able to increase my revenue. Like, people are always trying to like solve a problem, it seems like.
Yeah.
So the first question I'm always going to ask when you ask about expansion is that, where are you at relative to the capacity of your existing organization? Yep.
Agree.
Okay.
Agree.
So what does that mean? All right. Well, I mean, again, you guys just do the freaking math. And like, there was another one. I don't know about you, but when you started asking owners, hey, do you know what your capacity level is at your current location? How many of you actually could give them how many owners could actually give you a number of what that was?
2 out of 100, 3 out of 100.
It's not many, is it? It's like, it's almost like, are you kidding me? And this is the problem when you don't treat your business like an investment. You don't try to get the most out of it.
Yep.
And so the first question you got to ask yourself is like, okay, where am I at in my current facility? And it really is just a matter of, and I think we probably have some exercises, or you go through this with clients just to help.
Yeah, we have a sheet that we can go through with clients where basically it comes down to, okay, how many exam rooms or operatories, whatever you call them, how many do you have? How many patients can go through one in a day, average transaction? And at the end of it, the math just spits out, okay, your business in the space you currently have can do approximately $2 million or whatever.
Yeah. And it's not going to be an exact science, right? I mean,
it's not. It's never perfect, but it's, in my experience, it's pretty close.
Yeah. And I would say even that, it's like, at least it's a number now we can shoot for.
Yep.
And that should be the game that you have, is like, hey, what's my current number? So find out what that number is, and then you'll be able to know, okay, once I start getting, I don't know, I would say the number is probably like, once you start getting to like 90% of your capacity, it's probably time to start looking at another location.
Yep.
Or a build out or addition on to your existing space.
Yeah. Expansion can mean a lot of things, but it's additional square feet basically is what it comes down to. It doesn't matter if those additional square feet are under one roof, 2 roofs, down the road, next door, part of your building, whatever. Yeah, doesn't really matter. It's just I'm adding space so that we can do more production. That's as simple as that. Okay. So and again, I've run into a lot of people that have tried to like go out and just start like multiple locations as a problem or as a solution. Never works.
It just never works. It never works. They end up having to shut the second location down, or they end up having to they can never find people to staff it. And it
just ends up being, and even if you can keep them both afloat, it's just an energy suck. Because now instead of having one place that's not at capacity, you have 2 that aren't at capacity.
Yeah, exactly. Right? All your problems.
You just doubled your problem.
Yeah, it spill over into the other one. Okay, so that's first one. Is your current facility at or near capacity, as opposed for making a judgment call on whether or not to expand. Second one would be, what kind of business reserves do I have? Now, look, if you are doing well, one of the signs obviously is going to be that I have more money in my bank account. Yeah.
Pretty simple.
I don't know. I mean, so if you tell me I'm at capacity and I ask you, great, how much money do you have in your business checking account? $5,000. I'm going to be like, yeah, there's a problem here.
Yeah.
There's a big problem here. It's like, you're really good at making money. Man, you suck at controlling money.
Either that, either lack of control, or they're not at capacity when they think they are.
Yeah, it's probably a sign of one of the two.
But
right?
my clients, I mean, I can just think off the top of my head, clients who are truly doing well and are truly close to capacity, 9 out of 10 times have a good chunk of money in the bank and
tons of it, right?
Yep.
Right, because they've obviously as you get closer to capacity, what ends up happening is that you guys have all your fixed expenses.
Yeah.
And then there's a point in time where you're doing enough production where the production numbers, the excess production, most of that's probably profit of like 50 or 60%.
Oh yeah.
Because you've already exceeded your fixed costs. So, you should have plenty of money left over. And obviously you should be allocating money into, business savings and, the other, accounts that we talk about ad nauseum, of where your profit should go. But I will definitely not tell someone to expand if they don't know how to control money, because all the problems that they're going to have is just going to spill over again into the next one. And they're going to have, a horrible time of trying to figure out how they're going to pay for the expansion as well. Like, you should be able to fund some of this expansion with your reserves.
Yep.
So that'll get into the next one, which is that your business debt is nil to minimal.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there definitely should not be any business credit card debt that's not paid off every single month.
No.
Okay. I mean, would I like to have all the business loans and leases paid off? Yeah, I guess I would. It's not a necessity though.
Yeah, it doesn't mean there has to be zero debt.
Yeah. Obviously your building debt I wouldn't consider, having that paid off, but you should have a pretty big spread between what's coming in, what's going out. And that would include your debt payments as well. Because you got to figure, if you're going to expand, you're probably going to have to borrow some to be able to do that.
Yeah, and for most people, if you're checking off the first two boxes, if your facility is near capacity and you're producing enough where you have a lot of money in the bank, usually those people don't have much debt.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, again, all these things are going to be, you're going to see the signs. We just kind of picked up the signs and said what it would look like ideally. Okay. So what's number 4 on the list would be that you have a good hiring and training system. Because look, if you're going to expand, what are you going to need?
Employees.
Obviously. So if you're not really good at recruiting, if you're not really good at training, if you don't have a system set up to do that, then what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? So definitely make sure that you are either working with maybe a consultant or a coach, or you're starting to get your people trained up to have a system of, this is how we hire, this is how we screen, this is how we train, and have a good onboarding platform for new employees. Have a good system where they can, get integrated, they know what they're doing, and then they can win. And if you don't have that set up, then you're just kind of asking for issues or problems at that point. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Number 5.
Yeah. Have an organizational chart mapped out.
What's that?
Jeez. Hey, look, when you have 3 or 4 employees, it's pretty easy to know who you're supposed to report to and all that. When you start getting to 15, 20, 25, 30 employees, especially if you're expanding, people are going to need to know who they're going to have to report to.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to make sure that you have some kind of an organizational chart that's mapped out. Here's where I'm at on this chart. Here's who I report to. Okay. Here's my stat. Here's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yep.
It's not hard. But again, these are all things that you would naturally want to do if you're running a successful practice, to make sure that you can expand with, you can expand with all these, not doing all these things. It's just going to be hard. It's it's just gonna be more difficult.
So yeah, it's gonna be all just disorganized and
it's gonna be disorganized. It's gonna be disheveled. It's going to be
more stressful.
More stressful. Like, I mean, these are all things that you guys can prevent, by just, following some of these points on the checklist. Okay, Gersh, what's the next one?
Legal, call it your legal stuff is in order.
So what? So I cheat on my reporting. So I cut corners every once in a while. What's the big deal about that? Probably asking you're probably asking the wrong person on this one right here, aren't I? Come on, Gersh.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm messing with you. No, yeah, stuff like that. I mean,
when I say legal compliance, obviously, look, you're going to expand. I mean, we've had people that have gotten sued before by employees, right? I'm sure that's happened quite a bit.
Constantly.
And again, as you invite more people into your organization, as you help more people, the chances are that you're going to get attacked are just going to enhance. So you're going to have to make a decision. Are we going to take the legal aspect of what we do really, really seriously? Because it's really easy to shut somebody down if someone wants to, like Department of Health, Department of Labor. The press is always looking for a news story to go out there and show how, this, miser of a boss is treating his people and his patients terribly, even though it's not true. Okay. So you got to make sure that all of your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed.
Yes.
And if you don't, then you're just opening yourself up to pain down the line. So what do I mean by legal compliance in order? Well, obviously you should have policies and procedures in place and written up. Whatever the state employment laws are, you should be abiding by them to the best that you can. All of your like protocols for how you conduct medicine, and that, I think most of the states will have a checklist of best practices for different types of industries.
Yep.
I would be following that to some degree, and just make sure that you're legal and compliant, like, and your business, like, you're keeping up to date on your continuing education, and all your associates their licenses are in good standing. All these things that if someone researches you, and I think we've had this before, like the first thing that someone did was they went directly to our licenses to see if they were in good standing. Matter of fact, I know it happened one time.
Yeah.
Like if someone was going to attack us, they would go, well, let's see if they were even licensed. Because I've seen a lot of advisors that just forget that, I forgot to renew my license in the state, or I forgot to do this continuing education or whatever it was.
Yeah, it opens you up to liability.
Yeah, so it just opens yourself up to liability. So just make sure you guys keep a checklist. Someone's doing that of all your compliance issues or protocols, and make sure that they're in good order. And then the last one is, hey, if you're going to expand, what are you going to need more of?
Money.
Jeez. What else do you need, Gersh?
People.
Patience. So what's your marketing plan? If I'm going to increase my service facility by 1,000 square feet and I'm going to increase the amount of people I can see, I better have a method of getting new people in the door.
Yeah. Yeah, your demand, I mean, you should be booked out further than you want to be if you're expanding.
Yes. Yeah, there should almost be a wait list.
Yeah.
That's occurring, if you really want to make sure that people are sitting outside waiting to get in your organization. And if not, you're going to need to make sure that you up your marketing game. So again, this is why it's like it costs money to expand. That's why you guys have to have like extra reserves. You have to make sure that you have credit lines. You have to make sure that you have all these things in place, and then have a good marketing plan, working with someone that can, make sure that your website's in good shape, that, your SEO's in good shape, that you are, all your online social media things are producing new patients, whatever it is that you're doing to bring in new people. Make sure that you amp that up and you start allocating money to be able to do that. Look, expansion is the good thing. I think it's something that everybody wants to do, but you got to make sure you do it in the right condition. Because if you don't, then you just will splatter all over the place.
Oh yeah, you're going to end up 10 times more stressed than you are today.
And we've definitely seen that. I've seen some owners that have tried to expand in not the right condition, and it's been, their lives are just like, they look like they're 15 years older. And it's, who knows what they resort to after that. Start drinking every night, start doing other things to cut corners, and it's just like, why did I do this? And you did it, and you're in that condition because you didn't expand in the right condition. That's all you didn't do.
Yep. Well, it's that simple.
That's all you didn't do. So let's make sure that you expand in the right condition. We happen to actually have a practice expansion checklist. So if you guys want to, maybe we can figure out how to make sure this link is in the comment section, where you can go to our website, Econologics Financial Advisors, and you can download this practice expansion checklist. You can schedule a call with Eric Gersh, and he'll go over it with you to make sure like this checklist is in good order for you. So definitely take advantage of that. And I would encourage you guys to definitely go and check out that checklist. Just go to Econologics Financial Advisors, go to resources, and you'll be able to find that checklist right there.
Yep.
All right. I think that's it.
Till next time.
We'll see you on the next one.